In today's digital age, cybersecurity is of utmost importance. It is crucial to protect sensitive information from cyber threats and attacks. To achieve this, companies need a leader who has the knowledge and experience to keep their data safe. Please meet one such leader, Mr. Keyur Desai from Essar. Keyur is an accomplished leader in information security and technology with over 21 years of experience. Desai's career journey began as an intern at Essar Group and has since spanned across diverse industries such as energy, infrastructure, logistics, metals and mining, technology, and retail. Currently serving as the Chief Information Officer for Essar Ports and Capital Business and the Head Information Security for Essar Group, Desai leads a team of 25 professionals with a significant budget. Throughout his career, Desai has delivered numerous successful projects, resulting in significant cost savings and recognitions with over 45 honors and awards. Join us as we dive deeper into his expertise and accomplishments in cybersecurity and technology. Welcome, Mr. Desai, to this Fireside Chat at CXO TV.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kalpana, and for having me here, and look forward to our discussion.
Yeah, we are honored to have you here with us today to share your journey and insights in the field of information security and technology. As a Chief Information Officer with extensive experience in leading cross-functional teams and implementing successful initiatives, we are eager to learn from you your experiences. So what inspired you to pursue a career in information security and technology? Was it a childhood dream, or did you discover your passion later in life? We are curious to know what motivated you to choose this path, and how do you develop your skills and knowledge in this field?
Sure. Thanks. So that's very interesting. In fact, technology has always fascinated me right from my college days, and after which I pursued various certification courses and eventually landed my first job at Essar. Coming back to your point as on the information security part, it so happened in my early days at Essar, while I was handling various, I would say, the IT services and the IT networks as my profile in those days. So I was given an opportunity to install and configure a software-based checkpoint firewall at one of our office in Vizag. And well, that was a turning point in my career. I was very thrilled at that time with the configuration features of the perimeter firewall in those days, and decided to put more efforts and focus on the information security domain. So there has been no looking back. There has been a lot of learnings for me, a lot of, I would say, continuous learnings that has really helped me, and of course, the opportunities and the support from the management that has really helped me to take up the IT security and the technology as my core.
Awesome. So can you walk us through your journey from being an intern at the Essar Group to becoming the Chief Information Officer, and what are some of the key milestones in your career that help you grow and reach this position?
Sure. So my professional journey of about now almost about 22 years with Essar now has been quite fascinating, and nothing less than a kind of exciting movie in my life. I kind of started my career at Essar as an intern back in 2001, and gradually started getting opportunities to learn various facets of IT and the information security over the years. So while each opportunity to learn came with additional responsibilities, of course, and however, that was never a challenge for me, as I've always believed in my life the single mantra of work is worship. So that has really helped me. Over the past years, in fact, I just to give a quick snapshot. Over the past years, I visited almost all the offices across Essar and have taken various different roles within IT as per the organization's requirements over the period of time. So where I had the opportunity to work with various different verticals, may it be power business, may it be the oil business at that time, the steel business in the early years, maybe the construction, so etc. So and now ports and the capital business. We also had the BPO business. So over the period of time, I had the exposure of working with various different business teams all under various different verticals. So that has really shaped my career, and with loads of learnings. And I'm very humbled to say that these learnings have really helped me to kind of grow in the journey in my life, in my professional journey, I would say. Uh, Based on the performance and abilities, I was given additional responsibility as a CIO for Essar Ports and Shipping, almost now, say, close to 7 years back. And this has been a great platform for me to get into understanding of business process and work with our internal IT teams, partners, and vendors to come up with the right, I would say, solutions for the business. Recently, have also been given the additional role for the capital business. Now, in this journey, while I have kind of, as I mentioned, I've traveled various different locations of various different offices, etc. The best part has been the typical travel journey. So that has also kind of added a lot of, I would say, experience in my life. There have been times where I used to kind of travel almost every week, and to various different office locations. The turning point also came when I was asked to. So earlier I was posted at our Azira facility in Surat, Gujarat, where I began my career, and back in 2012, I was kind of asked to kind of relocate to our HO in Mumbai. So that's when I kind of shifted to Mumbai, and I see this as a turning point in my career. In fact, I'm very much thankful to SR management and the culture for giving opportunities to the deserving employees, and also to my mentor at SR, Mr. Jayanta Prabhu, who has always supported me and believed in my abilities.
So those are all good things. Now, moving forward, we'd like to know what challenges have you faced in this role and how did you overcome them? Like, we would like to know more about your leadership style and how you managed to keep the team motivated and aligned towards the common goal.
The best part, so how I've learned in my entire profession journey is to kind of stay humble and have the right empathy towards the fellow colleagues. So that's one thing which I've learned, and which is kind of ingrained in the SR culture. So that's very important, and that's how I learned. Talking about the challenges, I would say in my overall journey, I've enjoyed working with various different teams. I would say working and leading, I would say, cross-functional teams as well. But this has never been that challenging. I always believed in a single point theory, as to work as a single unit. May it be any different teams, but for me it is a single unit when we are working towards a common goal. So that has really helped me, and I would say ease out any of the challenges that may come up. In fact, if I just have to mention, there were times when we were working together as a team during the most adverse circumstances during the acute lockdown during COVID-19. When I and my team, we were actually visiting the data center, our office and data centers during the consolidation activity. So that is more about trusting each other, because those were the times when the entire world was under lockdown, and we were actually working towards a common goal of consolidating our data centers, etc. So that's one more aspect where the trust and the faith amongst the team, amongst the colleagues. So that has really helped each other, and I feel very fortunate to be a part of working with various such teams over the years.
Yeah. So we understand that you have implemented strategies that have saved up millions. So can you walk us through these strategies and how you identified the areas for cost optimization? I'm sure, this will be valuable information for many organizations who are looking to optimize their expenses.
Sure. See, cost optimization, if you ask me, if we follow a simple, I would say, theory about there is always a chance of improvement in any and every aspect that we live up to. So that's so looking at that angle, in fact, we've actually looked upon various different consolidation activities. So consolidating and kind of overall. So if I just may give some of a few of the examples of let's say WAN consolidation, just a very simple example where so there were times where there were almost more than 70 plus locations across pan India, across the globe. Now they were kind of connected via various different service providers over MPLS, over internet, over the last mile as any maybe at times they were also so we used to have those preset locations. Now this was a more of a complex situation where managing almost 6 to 7 different service providers at a single point of time and ensuring that each and every location is connected to each and every location, right? So cross functional, so I would say cross service provider connectivity, and that is where we actually came up with the point that why don't we simplify and why don't we kind of get into a part that we simplify the overall WAN architecture. And believe me that that one thought of consolidating the overall WAN infra, that really helped us in kind of ease of operations, the ease of IT operation. That's one part which is very important. Second is the overall cost saving that we had was phenomenal. Now, such in a similar way, there have been n number of initiatives that we've kind of taken up over the years. So my only simple learning I would like to share is wherever, if it's possible, we should consolidate and ensure that our IT setup is more on the simplified terms and simplified platform. So that's the way how we could kind of achieve in our own ways.
Yeah, sure. So, it was awesome to know that how during the lockdown you have, when the businesses disrupted globally, and we are impressed the way you have managed to consolidate the 4 data centers, and you did it pretty well. So, you have been involved in successful high availability integration, security, and development initiatives. So, can you share some of the most successful initiatives and the strategies that you used to achieve success? We would like to know more about your approach to implementing these initiatives.
Sure. The list is quite long because over the years we actually, as a team, we actually have implemented and kind of, I would say, right from having the thought or the idea and converting that idea into the overall I would say the overall final outcome that includes the getting into the planning, architecture, designing, and then implementing, and then ensuring that it actually gets into the right way or the right output. Over the years, if you ask me, there has been n number of initiatives. Just to name few, in my early years, when I used to be at our Hazira facility in Gujarat. So that used to be our global hub. So that used to be our core IT team used to be stationed at that location. So we came up with the idea of setting up a global NOC, that's a Global Network Operations Center for SR, to kind of ensure that each and every parameter, each and every I would say events are locked and monitored by a 24/7 man team. So that was one of the initiatives that we as a team could kind of come up. Then coming up with a global data center facility at Hazira again, and this was a kind of a state of the art data center, and again it was a captive data center for us, which was later on we went ahead with the ISO 27001 certification, which was again a milestone, I would say a kind of a good milestone in itself. Apart from that, later on we came up with setting up the SOC facility for our AGC networks, which is now black box. Again, during the various, so as far as then has been a dynamic organization, and where there have been various mergers and acquisitions. Also, there has been various IT separations, also situations for us. So that also I was quite fortunate to kind of play those vital roles during those mergers and acquisitions, where need to ensure that the integration of the right IT setups are done with the best of the practices. Again, IT separations, again, that also has been a kind of a major, I would say, an important factor in the overall journey. So if I just have to consolidate and just I would say just kind of summarize the uh, role, starting right from kind of coming up with or I would say identifying the issue, coming up with the solution, planning, architecting, designing, uh, implementing, or also the overall executing the overall plan, and then maintaining it. So the entire life cycle of that particular such large initiatives. So I'm very fortunate that this is a kind of rare of the occasions where teams get to be a part of such I would say initiatives over the years.
Yeah. So we understand that you have experience in architecting and implementing a layered cybersecurity setup for an organization. So can you elaborate more on this experience and the strategies that you use to ensure the organization's security? I'm sure this will be valuable information for organizations that are looking to enhance their cybersecurity.
Sure, perfect. We believe in a simple block based. I would say a typical block based approach. Now, when I say block based approach is we identify which are the best I would say practices where the various layers of cybersecurity, or I would say various facets of cybersecurity are required within the organization, right, as per the best practices. Now, getting into that, whether first is so if we get into a typical color coding, it's either red or green. So reds are which we have not implemented, and greens are which we have already implemented, and the blue ones are which are planning to implement. Now, if we have the entire area of blocks which are mentioned, now which we have to find out, also figure out based on our IT setup. Now, why I'm mentioning based on our IT setup, because every organization, the IT setup changes or varies from organization to organization. So that's important for each and every individual to understand their IT setup. So based on our IT setup, we identified that for this year, for that particular year, which of the IT security initiatives we need to cover up to ensure that the basic needs are taken care, right? So again the plan for the next year. So let's say 5 to 6 initiatives in this year, again 3 to 4, or again 4 to 5 initiatives in the next year. So this was more of a simple approach, kind of a one dashboard approach, where we were just simply figuring out which are the best practices that an organization should have, which are already implemented, which we should implement this year on immediate basis, on priority basis, again which we should implement the next year, so that we actually ensure that whatever we are implementing, it is in line to our larger strategy. So likewise, this has been a kind of a very simple and very I would say effective way and protocol for us to implement the overall cybersecurity setup. And this has been a kind of ongoing journey for us for over the past many years. And this I would say thumb rule has now kind of is now ingrained in our entire team. So now it's easy for any of us to kind of just come up and ensure that we work together as a team.
Absolutely. So we believe that meeting the CapEx and OpEx target is crucial for any organization. And how do you ensure that the team is able to meet these targets, and what strategies do you use to achieve them? Like, you would like to know more about your approach to managing the finances of the organization.
Sure. So like every organization, so we have our own planning for the budget, for the IT budget. So when I say IT budget, it takes care of the IT capex and opex. Again, when I say IT, it takes care of so it also includes the IT security initiatives as well, right? So this has this is a kind of a regular approach, like for how every organization takes care of. Now, for us, whatever initiatives we have planned for us for the next year. So as a part of budget, which are already I would say taken up with the senior management for the approvals. Once the budgets are approved, for us, then it becomes a kind of a moral responsibility for us to ensure that whatever capex that we have already planned should be implemented, because then for the next year again we'll have to kind of go for the next layer of initiatives. So once the budgets are improved for approved for us, the actual task starts when we start working with various OEMs partners and ensure that the whether the POCs are required so the POCs are carried out at the right time. The important factor is, again, as a part of budgets for us, it is important that we prioritize which are the most important, and then the mid, and then which we can keep those initiatives at the last for the capex and the opex ones. So that is how for us it has been a kind of a more of a planning. So as we always say that if you perspire more in practice, you bleed less in war. So that has been kind of easy for us when it comes to kind of ensuring that the overall capex and opex are kind of taken care during the over year.
Yeah, very well said. Okay. So measuring the success of initiatives is essential to improve and optimize the processes. Now, how do you measure the success of your initiatives, and what metrics do you use for this purpose?
Okay. Success can be measured. What if you can I would say ideally if you can start getting into the numbers or so. So for us, it has been a different experience. So for us, success has been more about ensuring that what was planned is executed. That is one, and second is the end user. I would say satisfaction. So the end user satisfaction has been one of the most important success bar. I would say ratio for us, and the overall you say so, and the third and the most important part is the overall team as a I would say the team as a unit that has been working together over the years. So in fact, we have team members who are working together as a unit since years now. We have to request the user that so and so will be we cannot allow so and so part because of certain threats. But then at the same time, we also ensure that we come up with the alternatives for the end user, so that the end user doesn't suffer. So similarly for us, it's like if we are focusing on some of the technology or the cybersecurity initiatives, at the same time we also keep in mind the end user, saying that the end user should not suffer. So that has been a kind of a more of a, I would say, a success. I would say units to measure for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So your work has been recognized with awards and honors. Can you share some of the biggest awards and honors that you have received for your work? We believe that this will inspire others to strive for excellence in their work.
That's difficult. So in fact, while I've kind of, so over the period of time, while I'm kind of fortunate to be kind of receiving awards and honors over the period of time with through various I would say media partners. So I'm really thankful to all the media I would say partners for that. But I strongly believe this is more of a journey. It is more of I would say it is a part and parcel of your professional journey that you are into. So I really consider each and every maybe honor or award, whatever you call, is as a humble I would say thanks to each and every media partner or the organizing partner, because this really motivates the individual and also the teams, and it also becomes a kind of a good I would say good way to kind of motivate your teams back when you ensure that this is all because of the team's work and the team's initiative.
We appreciate your modesty. Okay, so we understand that you have other interests such as fitness and playing cricket and harmonica. So how do you balance your career with these interests, and what tips do you have for others who are looking to maintain a healthy work-life balance?
Rather than work-life balance, I would say I always believe in and also always encourage encourage to follow a passion. So while as a part of professional journey, let's say cybersecurity or maybe the overall information technology or maybe the technology part has been one of my passion when it comes to my professional journey. But when it comes to journey, I would really like to highlight some of my this one. So I work as so I'm a Rotarian and I kind of work for the community service. So every weekend, so every Sunday, I ensure that I'm a part of one or the other community service through my Rotary clubs. Apart from that, fitness and cricket is something which I've kind of believed in my lifestyle. So just to mention, after my college, so after just I completed my college, and when I was pursuing for the certification courses, I also went for the bodybuilding. In fact, I went ahead for various competitions of for bodybuilding. So that was one of the area. So fitness is one of the area. And as an Indian, kind of cricket, I'm a diehard cricket lover. So I don't miss out a chance when I get a chance. When I get an opportunity to play cricket with my friends or my fellow CIOs, or maybe so once in a month, maybe once in 2 months, play together and kind of. So this is more of also kind of best way to ensure that you have your friendships with the industry friends, with my friends in my in my neighborhood. And harmonica, again, I'm a diehard music lover, and I've kind of so I'm inspired to pick up harmonica as a passion, and because of my father, who has been kind of playing harmonica since now many decades. So I started kind of learning, and now I and my father, we kind of perform on various stages. Again, this is more of a not for profit part, where I kind of we play as out just for passion. And now as a part of our family tradition, my daughter has also started learning harmonica, and so I kind of maintain my YouTube channel and various different social media handles for my harmonica passion as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. So thank you so much, Keyur, for answering that last question. And we are grateful for your time and insights. And we believe that your experiences and strategies will be valuable for many professionals in the field of information security and technology. Thank you so much for sharing your journey and insights with us today.
Thank you so much, Kalpana, for having me on your channel and your platform. Thank you so much.
For more updates from CXO TV, please like and subscribe to our channel.